Stephen, where did you take us today?
Well, I took us to a place that obviously has some $1 million views.
Ooh, they're good.
And a place that you might like as well.
Are there horses here?
You know there's horses here, and we're going to talk all about this beautiful horse farm here just outside Afton, Virginia. So hang around with us because we got a lot to show you. But before we do all that, let's go ahead and get started
right now.
Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, today we are here at this beautiful horse farm, Rossfields Horse Farm here in Nelson County. Now, like normal, I'll share with you a little bit about some of the details of the property here at the beginning, and a little later on in the video, I'll share some of the things right around this area, and then toward the end, I'll share with you where it sits in relation to some of the cities and towns here in the area. So let's talk a little bit about this particular home. The home that you see here on this property is currently active on the market. It's listed for $1,369,000. It was built in 1995. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and 1 half bath. It has 3,550 square feet of finished living space, and 2,050 of that is upstairs. Additionally, it sits on 21.08 acres. So you have a lot of room here in all these pastures and these paddocks. Matter of fact, there's 12 acres here just of paddocks, and they're divided into 9 different paddocks. And the largest 4 of those have shelters in them as well. And so additionally, there's another 4-acre hayfield where you can cut it and feed your horses during the winter time. And you have a small creek that runs through the property. And then you also have Meriwether Creek, which borders the property here on the northern border. And like I say, it really is just a beautiful, beautiful place. And as a matter of fact, you can sit on your front porch. We'll show you that here in just a second. But sit there and you can enjoy the views. All the seasons as they change. I mean, fall is an absolutely beautiful time. Winter brings its own nuances to the landscape. And as Leslie and I call it, we call it the ever-changing landscape.
Ever-changing landscape.
And you'll always have something here to see.
Absolutely.
Now, this property, however, although it's being used as a horse farm, that's not the only way that it could be used.
No, you know what? It's currently being used as a horse farm, as Stephen said. But if you wanted to just do it as a business to board horses here, it is, they don't board horses currently, but it has been that way for 25 years. They've boarded other people's horses here, and it averages about $400 a month. They were pretty reasonable on their charges around here, but you could definitely take it over. In addition to that, you could potentially use it as homesteading. We get calls all the time about places where you can homestead, and we'll show you some gardening spots that would be absolutely beautiful for that. But in addition to those things, you could use it as a multi-generational living space, and I'll get into that when we go in the house.
Yeah, a lot of ways this property can be used. So now I know we've talked quite a bit here, and I know you're wanting to get in to see the house and the barn here and everything else. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get there.
Rossfield Farms comes with those $1 million views, but before I take you inside, I wanted to stop here on this 10 by 70 covered porch with recessed lighting and multiple windows and doors on the side that allow for a lot of natural light inside the house that you're going to see in a minute. But before we do go inside, I wanted to also tell you that this porch doesn't stop down there at the end that you see. It wraps around another 30 feet on the other side of the house that we're going to show you here in a minute as well. But the owners, the current owners, had their daughter's wedding here. Can you imagine 110 people and this beautiful venue to have such a special event in their family's lives? Can you imagine you? How about you? What would you do here? Would you have an event here like the wedding? All right, I know you've anxiously been waiting to see the inside of 425 Greenfields Road or Rossfield Farms. Let's take a look inside. As soon as we get this door open, the first thing that you are going to see is this beautiful open 12-foot ceiling, cathedral ceiling actually, room. Now, as I mentioned outside, all of these windows allow for so much natural light to come inside this gorgeous space. This space includes hardwood flooring, and I am standing in the living room. And of course, you're noticing, and you're going to say, why aren't you talking about that beautiful stone fireplace behind you? Isn't it gorgeous? It is the focal point of this very open space. It is a wood-burning fireplace, again, floor to ceiling stone, and it is gorgeous. Can you imagine a wood fire in there celebrating the holidays, and they're coming up, and if you jump on it, you can buy this house and be in it by the holidays. All right, as we go into the dining room, you're going to notice another door as an extension to that covered porch that we told you about that wrapped around the other end of the house. What an amazing way to, the current owners have their barbecue grill out there and an extension to the beautiful outdoors and the scenery that you're going to enjoy upon this house. So let's talk about this dining room space. It is large enough for a nice sized rectangle table, and the current owners had some china hutches built in because she said it just didn't have enough storage space in the kitchen areas for all of her things. So imagine displaying your works of art or china or stoneware. It would be a beautiful added feature for you. All right, passing through those two china cabinets, I've entered into this galley style kitchen. It comes complete with the appliances in it, and the owners recently upgraded the breakfast bar space with a granite slab, and it is very pretty. Now, I also want to point out that this kitchen off to the left of it has a mudroom space or a pantry space and storage. It also has another entry with a little deck on it. The stairs to the basement are also right off of this kitchen, and we're going to show you that in just a minute. As we leave that large living room space, you're going to walk down the hallway and see a guest bathroom, and across the hallway from it is the linen closet. You're also going to enter into the first bedroom space. It is large enough for a king-size bed, a lot of furniture, and it has a closet that's very large in it as well. Now, as you pass through the shared bathroom space, you have two sinks, a water closet with a toilet and tub combo in there, and tiled floor in that bathroom, which is nice. And then you have a mirrored bedroom of this one. It is large enough for two closets in it though, and a king-size bed. The other thing that I'd like to point out is the raised 6-panel doors that you're going to see throughout these bedrooms and in this home. They are beautiful. They're solid wood. And after this, we are going to go into the primary bedroom. You are not going to be disappointed with this very large primary suite. It is big enough for a king-size bed, all your furniture, a separate little sitting space if you wanted to have a reading nook in it. The ensuite has dual sinks and a separate water closet for the toilet and tub shower combo, a large walk-in closet to accommodate at least some of my clothes, you know how it goes. But anyway, you are also going to enjoy your own entrance out there to that covered porch from this bedroom. It has amazing views out every window of the farm and the mountains from this primary suite. Sure to not disappoint anybody.
So now before we go ahead and go downstairs, I just want to share with you a little bit about where this property is located. Now it's actually in a subdivision. It's in the Coles Place subdivision, but as you can see, you don't even realize that you're in a subdivision, right? And of course, the restrictions here are very, very minimal. Additionally, you are surrounded by the mountains, as you can see, and the beautiful valleys, and you're actually only 4/10 of a mile off Highway 151. And as you travel down the Nelson 151, as it's called, through Nelson County here in the Rockfish Valley, you're going to find multiple wineries and breweries along the way that each one has their own special taste, their own special branding, and each one is just really unique. Now, the views, the mountains, as I've already mentioned like 9 million times, are tremendous. And you're going to find a lot of residents and tourists up and down this road at the different times throughout the year as well. Additionally, there's multiple orchards around the area for peaches and apples and different things, which are a lot of fun. And then if you're into skiing, only about 20 minutes away to the top of the mountain in Wintergreen Resort, where you can ski until your heart's content. So, we're going to go ahead now and we're going to go down in the lower level of this home and show you the possibilities to have this property used as a multi-generational home.
Yep. All right, we have come down the stairs into this terrace level or lower level of this house. And as promised, we were going to talk to you about a potential thing that you could do with this space. It would be very conducive to a multi-generational family situation. This actually has a private entrance that I'm standing in front of with a stone-paved patio space that is almost as large as that covered patio upstairs. It's nice and shaded. It would give someone their own private entrance from the side entry garage that is very large as well. It's 2.5 car garage space that enters into this office space that the current owners are using it for. There is also the laundry room off of this office space, and it is actually a very large room. You could use it as potentially maybe converting it into a kitchen space if you did want to use this as a multi-generational family or let's say an Airbnb space for someone who comes in and wants to bring their horse. You could actually set it up for that and it would work really, really well. Now, there's ceramic tile covering the flooring in the majority of this lower level, and we are going to go into that larger family room, bedroom space next. So we are entered into the large space in this terrace level. It's currently being used as a guest bedroom for the current owners. You're also going to see a lot of pillows. The current owner just repurposes cashmere sweaters, let's say, and turns them into pillows, which is really nice. You're also going to have a handicap accessible bathroom on this level that has a roll-in shower space, very large for a wheelchair, and this whole space is very handicap accessible. So again, multi-generational family use space could be done here. Hey, Stefan.
Yes.
We have a way of finding properties with secret little gardens.
Yes, we do. It's a secret.
No. This garden was actually designed and installed by the current owners for their daughter's wedding a few years ago, and it is a lovely little quiet space surrounded by flowers. So if you are a person looking for a place to do some homesteading of either flowers or vegetables, this would make a lovely location for you. There is also behind us a spring-fed creek that borders this property, which is really cool, as well as the peach and the apple trees that you have on this property as well. And you can actually see those from your kitchen sink.
No doubt. And like I say, it really is just a really nice, private, serene setting here. But we've got one more place to show you, and we're going to show you this beautiful barn here in just a second. But before I do that, I want to kind of give you an idea of where the property is located in relation to some of the other cities and towns. So if you like little restaurants, little craft stores, you're only about 7 minutes away from Nellisford, and you'll be able to find that down there. Additionally, you're only about 35 minutes away from downtown Charlottesville, so not too far out of town where you couldn't make a commute into Charlottesville if you wanted to have some property. Additionally, you're about 20 minutes over on the other side of the mountain from Waynesboro. At the top of the mountain, about 15 minutes away, you've got the south entrance to the Shenandoah National Park, and going to the north on Skyline Drive, and then the Blue Ridge Parkway going south, and that goes all the way down into North Carolina. Also, back over to Charlottesville, if you need to get to an airport, the Charlottesville-Albemarle Airport is only about 45 minutes away.
Super convenient.
That can get you to any place in the United States, and then you can jump onto international flights as well. And then finally, last but not least, here's one of the great things about living in Virginia. You can be in the mountains for part of the time, and then 3 hours and 15 minutes away, you can be down at the beach for the weekend or whatever you like. So
nice.
Some great opportunities if you like mountain living and the opportunity to go to the beach. This is a great place to be. So let's go ahead now and let's show you this beautiful barn here on this property.
I am inside the lovely custom-built barn on this property. It is 36 by 60 with 8 stalls. 6 of those stalls have mats, a concrete runway down the middle of it that does have 2 drains. There is also a water heater here, so if you're into spoiling your horses and washing them down with some warm water after you get done jumping them in the equestrian ring in the back, you can wash them down with some warm water at the washing station. Now, the equestrian ring behind this barn is set up with a sand base and a grass covering. So it's a really soft landing for all those horses when they're jumping, and in case you're like me and you fall off the horse, yeah, it would be a soft landing as well. So growing up, I loved riding Western saddle, and this is actually a fox hunt equestrian location. There is tea time behind, about a mile up the road from this location, where they have fox hunts every year. And if you are one of those equestrian people looking for a horse farm and a beautiful location, this would be an amazing place for you. The current owners are also looking to sell all the equipment that you are going to see in here, as well as a lot more that I'm sure that they would be willing to show you. So if that is something that you are into and would like to do, just let us know. We would be happy to show you this property and all the things with it. There is also a loafing shed that you're going to see in one of the paddocks, and it is a 3-sided open air loafing shed for the horses to take shelter from. So this is an amazing setup for anyone who's looking to have an equestrian style of life.
Well, Leslie, I think you're definitely back in your element.
I am. I think we've made a friend.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, like I say, this property is beautiful. The 21 acres that it sits on just has some of the $1 million views. And we've got the pastures, the 9 paddocks, and the barn, and the house. And just, it's just such a beautiful place to be. And maybe you're looking for a place to put your horses. Or maybe you're looking for a place,
other animals.
Yeah, or maybe you're looking for your horses or other people's horses as well, like boarding horses, or maybe a multi-generational home for you, or maybe homesteading. This property has so many different potential. Yeah, so many different options and potential. So if you're interested in this property or any of the other properties here in our beautiful mountains and valleys, Leslie and I would be more than happy to help. And in order to do that, all of our information is in the description down below. Just contact us, text us, email us, or call us, or like Leslie said, Zoom call us, and we'll be happy to help you too. Well, like you said, I think we've definitely made a friend. But I think, unfortunately, you have to go home now.
I know.
But anyway, we'll see you later. But until next time, we'll see you around town.